Hello. Thanks for being here. Today, I've got an interview with all 8 of the top 8 from the recent PQ that was in Utah. Unfortunately, I'm not one of those top 8. I accidentally decided to lose the game. I had the win, but unfortunately, I killed a fire spray instead of playing an itinerant warrior. And then my opponent drew the exact answer. So I'm not in the top 8, but I get to interview the top 8. It's a bunch of awesome friends and just community members that I've known for a long time. And so I'm excited for you to get to hear all of their voices. And it's 8 unique decks, 8 completely different decks. And I'm excited to share this with you. So here we go. We are going to start with Curtis, who got top 8. He was playing Han Yellow. I'm super excited about this too, just having literally all 8 people. In this call, we've only got 5, but in this video, we will have all 8. And we've got Curtis here, a top 8 with Han 1 Yellow. Curtis, why did you choose this deck for this event?
There's a couple of reasons. The number one reason being it's Han Solo. I love playing Han Solo, and I think most people know that about me. So I wasn't not gonna play Han, and then I also wanted to get reps into this pre-force throw meta. Like force throw was still legal, but I wanted to at least run the deck into some really competitive matches against non-force throw decks as much as possible, leading up into the next couple weeks.
Yeah, that totally makes sense. And what has been your favorite moment playing this deck, either during this week, that weekend of the PQ, or even in recent events? What's like the coolest or funnest things that happened?
Oh, I've got a sick one just from this weekend even. I was going against a Grand Inquisitor Tarkin Town, and on my 4 resource turn, he was up to 23 damage on his base. So it was just insane to be able to deal 23 damage by the 4 resource turn. Like, that's faster than any Sabine deck, so it was real fun and cool to be able to see the deck really take off in one game. It was risky, but worth it.
What did that involve? Like a Falcon and pilots?
Yeah. Turn 1 Falcon, turn 2 Mando and Han pilot on that Falcon, on the starter deck Falcon, the jump to
Okay.
light speed one. Yeah, double piloted, swung, and then he's Grand Inquisitor, so he took multiple actions, doing 8 swings against me, or whatever it ended up being. And then I was able to claim, because he took so many actions, swing for 10 more, and then drop the Spark Falcon and swing for 3 more on the 4 resource turn. So he was at 2 life on the 4 resource turn. It was awesome.
That's crazy. And do you have any thoughts or predictions for the post force throw meta that we're now in?
Yeah, I think with force throw going down, it opens up a lot of room for both Sabine and Kira, 2 decks that were really hurt by all these force throw decks. So I think there's going to be a resurgence of those, and then of course Han 1 as well. I will be very shocked if I'm the only one on Han 1 in the next PQs that we see.
Yeah, just like Han one of any flavor, really, right?
Oh yeah, the blues and the greens are going to be really popular. I think you'll see. I mean, some yellow and red will get sprinkled in, but I think the blue and green are going to be real popular going into sectors.
Very cool. Very cool. All right. Next, we have Ian Browning. Is that right?
Yep, that's right.
Cool. And you were in the top 8, and you brought Han to Blue Force. What made you decide to bring this deck?
Well, the reason I brought that deck is one, it's the I've been playing the deck for the last 2 months, pretty much exclusively, so I was pretty confident with it, and I felt like it was pretty well positioned into the meta, and that I don't know, it's just kind of like a pile of good cards, so seemed like a good idea.
Sure. Yeah. And I see you also went with the Anakin package, having a couple
Yeah.
Force Lightnings in there. Is there
hmm
no Power of the Dark Sides in here? It's just Lightnings?
Yeah, just Force Lightnings.
Okay. Cool. Sweet. And did you have any memorable moments or cool lines of play that happened to you while you were playing at the event?
Um, not I had like not sorry. I
You're
didn't
good.
have any like cool moments or lines of play really, but I did have some really good matches, especially with I think it was in round 3 I played against a Quinlan Tarkentown player, and it was a really, close back and forth game, really fun, really interactive. Yeah. That
Very
was
cool.
probably my favorite thing of that
Sure.
weekend.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
I always enjoy good games. That's one of the
I
reasons that I don't usually like playing against Vader Pilot, because it's hardly ever a good game for either person. Either the Vader Pilot is getting smoked or the Vader Pilot is crushing you. And
Yep.
I very much enjoy dynamic games for sure, yeah. Cool.
Yeah, it's very enjoyable to not have a non-game
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah, absolutely, I agree. And do you have any thoughts or predictions for what the post force throw ban meta will look like, or anything that you're excited about for it?
Yeah, I have a couple thoughts about that. One is for a deck that I think is gonna like kind of fall out of favor is probably gonna be Quinlan Tarkentown, as it's like it was the premier force throw deck. I think it's gonna be hard to jock for position in in the coming weeks.
Yeah. Yeah, I,
Yeah,
I agree. And I'm actually not sad about that at all.
I kind of am. I like that deck.
Yeah. Uh,
Yeah,
well, I'm sorry for you. I'm sorry for Christine, and I know that there's a couple others that will
yeah,
be sad. I mean, I was gonna play Force Throw till the end of time. Um, but I also don't mind having different deck building challenges. So yeah,
right. Yeah,
cool.
another thought I have is for a deck that I think is gonna you know that we haven't seen in a minute because of the prevalence of force throws is gonna be Han 1.
Yeah.
Don't know which color is gonna be the best. I think it's gonna be yellow. I really like the deck, so I'm excited for that deck to come back.
Yeah, I've been like a Han one, like a kind of hater for a long time, but once once Legends of the Force came out, he literally just disappeared, and I
Yeah,
think I am okay with him coming back. Although I am terrified of Chewbacca on a Falcon on turn 2. There's just
yeah,
a lot less answers to that these days.
yeah. That's a little scary.
So
Yeah,
we'll see how that ends up for all of us here in the coming weeks.
for real.
Cool. All right. Thank you so much,
Yeah,
Ian.
yeah. No problem. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, for sure. Next, we have Brenner, who was playing Chancellor Palpatine Colossus, and you were in top 8. What made you decide to bring this deck this weekend?
So we've been playtesting it quite a bit, my friend Skylar and I, and it seemed to have a decent matchup into almost every deck that we expected. Um, at the very least, winnable matchups. The only one we were concerned about was Vader Yellow, but that seemed to have dropped off the face of the planet. So we felt very, very good taking this deck into what we expected.
For sure, for sure. Do you have any favorite moments, any cool plays, any lines that were super cool or memorable over the weekend?
Uh, yeah, there were a few. My round 1 against Blue Red Anakin, uh, he pillaged me a bunch in game 1, and I ended up ending the game with like 9 cards in hand. And so
9?
yeah,
Oh my gosh.
so in game 2, he ended up discarding his pillages to Marin to kill my stuff because it was more useful
Sure.
than him taking a turn off to pillage me. So I thought that was funny. But just she and Flurry, and then with Vader, Anakin, Luke, this all day felt disgusting every time I did it.
Hmm.
Setting up a 2 or even 3 for 1 in a lot of situations.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm excited to play some blue yellow villainy myself to get in on some of that action. Do you have any thoughts or predictions for what the post force throw ban meta is going to look like?
probably what a lot of other people are thinking, but with Force Throw gone, I think Han 1 is going to come back in a big way. Probably a blue version because it can enable Anakin really easily, and then the classic yellow-green piloting version with turn 1 Falcon into turn 2 Chewie.
Yeah, for sure. And there's less answers to that now with Force Throw gone. So, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then Sabine, I think, it's always been around, but I think we'll see a slight uptick.
Yeah, it seems like whenever there's like a big meta shift or something, Sabine at least increases in play rate a little bit.
Right, especially at the beginning because it's an easy deck to swap to.
Yeah, for sure. Cool. Any other additional thoughts before I let you go?
Nothing here unless you have any questions.
Let's see. I mean, you've got a Morgan Elsbeth in the deck. How does that feel, or what were your main uses there?
So she felt a lot better than we expected, especially into blue-red Force. We get to a point in the game where we have a hard time killing off our clone troopers to flip back. She enables that, so we get to keep flipping Palp every turn while generating card advantage and keeping them off of their units.
Oh yeah, that's very cool. Okay, that makes a lot of sense actually. Because usually whenever I'm playing against this deck, I'm trying to just like kill all of their heroism units on the same turn. And then if I'm not doing that, then I'm leaving them alive. But Morgan will counteract that type of play from the opponent. Very cool.
Yeah, at least half of it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, I don't think I have too many other questions. It looks like a lot of the normal stuff. I guess you have outmaneuver in the side. What do you have? What do you have outmaneuver in the side for?
That was our not Devader yellow, just in case it popped up.
Sure. Yeah, to get you to the super laser blast turn.
That's exactly right. Yeah, usually they kill us on 7, and if we can get to 8, the game's usually ours. Usually can't come from a super laser.
That makes sense.
So.
Very cool. All right, Brenner. Thank you for your time.
No problem. Thanks, Travis. Have a good one.
All right, see you. All right. Next, let's talk to Jerry. Let's see, Jerry. Yeah, what's up? You were on Kylo Ren Tarkin Town, Kylo 5 Tarkin Town specifically. What made you decide to choose this deck for that event?
So it's pretty easy. 3 reasons. 1, Force Throw was going to get banned, so I wanted to play Force Throw deck, and he's definitely one of the bigger ones. 2, I wanted to play Kylo, and then 3, numbers are for defenders, so I'm just gonna slap a bunch of upgrades, let them do the math. Just kidding. I did do the math.
Yeah. For anybody who's not prepared, hasn't played against that deck a bunch, I feel like they're constantly scared they're gonna die. They won't even look at the upgrade pile sometimes. They just are always thinking that they're gonna die. All right, cool. And
the funny thing about that,
go for it.
The whole tournament had like 2 different discard piles, one with the upgrades and one with just all the other cards, just so I could keep track of stuff.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, that makes it easy. Do you have any favorite moments from playing the deck that weekend or in some recent matches?
Oh yeah, dude. Against Curtis, my longtime rival, although he may not consider me his rival. It was a really fun match. We had a bunch of people just watching that last match. And it was just wild because I thought I had it in the bag for a second, and then it flipped to like, that's it. I'm over. I'm not gonna get my top 5, so I can't ID into the top 8. I end up upgrading Secret of Sage even after seeing him pull a waylay. And for 2 turns, he didn't waylay it. And I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm getting these hits in. And then I'm like, I can kill his Han leader, but obviously he flips and he deploys. And so now I'm just like, well, I don't know what I'm going to do now. And Literally, I top deck a Falcon. Sorry, he plays a slow Falcon, and I top deck a Force Lightning. And it's wild because people behind me can see my hand, and they see me just top deck that bad boy, and I just slap it in and just play it. And I'm like, okay, I'm good. Put him in a spot where he had to double exhaust, and I was like, I gotta go for it, and he does it, and I'm just like, nope, this is it. I lost right here on this gamble. And then Tech comes out, and I'm like, well, he's got to get through a Kylo, and I know he has to take 2 actions: one to smuggle a Falcon, one to swing with it. And when he doesn't smuggle, and he's playing around power of the dark side, I mean, I'm quiet. Letting him make the mistakes, and then I swing for game, and it was just so satisfying. So thanks, Curtis, for that match. Definitely very memorable.
Thanks for beating me.
No, anytime, dude. I'll whoop you anytime.
That's funny. Jerry, do you have any thoughts or predictions for the post force throw ban?
Yeah, I have a couple thoughts. I mean, I don't know how accurate they'll be, but I think you'll definitely see kind of a split where you're going to see a lot of aggro coming out. I think, especially going to this first week of sectionals, as people try and get under some of the decks that relied force throw. And then you're going to see a lot of Han 1 and Han 2 resurgence as well. And so I think we'll probably end up seeing a couple like blue palps or yellow palps to kind of help counter that. So I think overall it's going to be kind of healthy. So you're going to have to plan for everything, which again is going to be tough, but you do what you can.
Cool. Thank you. All right. Next, let's go to Sharky. All right.
Hey.
Sharky, you took Cad Bane Tarkentown. And you're a member of the Colorado Cantina crew, so it's nice having you travel down here once in a while for some PQs.
Yeah, I love playing with you guys.
So why Cad Bane Tarkentown this weekend?
Well, I've been playing Cad Tarkentown for like a year and a half now. So on top of that, this version of Cad, you can actually thank Nick for that because he beat my butt with my other hybrid that I was testing out Friday night, and I just swapped over to my what I was calling the post force throw deck, but decided to run it in the force throw event anyway because it was more the mid-range stuff I'm used to. So I switched over to that, and it seems to have worked out. Plus, like I said, the million reps on CAD that I have.
For sure. I think I remember hearing you say that Nick also gave you the insider information that there's not very many Quinlans around here in Utah.
That was the other part of it, is there's aren't that many, although it did end up facing Christine on Quinlan, so like that actually ended up not mattering, but technically that was also part of the decision.
Right, yeah, it's true. I mean, the thing is, I know, Christine has basically been on it forever. There's another good player who has been playing it, but he could also just show up with anything, and he actually just didn't even end up being there. And then there was another person who I think played Quinlan at the last PQ, but then ended up playing Han 2 this time. So, Christine was probably the strongest Quinlan player there, and you still actually ended up matching into her, which was pretty funny.
Yeah, it's kind of funny.
Yeah. So, any memorable or favorite moments on the deck that weekend?
Yeah, so I don't know how much our Colorado jokes get out to you guys in Utah, but I'm pretty much known for bubbling out of every dang tournament. And so the moment that sticks out is the moment I knew I was going to get qualified for the top 8 on this one, and I was playing Whipple, who was playing Boba Data Vault. And specifically the turn was my flip turn. It was looking a little rough, like he was putting a bunch of damage on. But I'm sitting here, I drew Cad Bane, and I already had Sneak Attack in my hand, and so I'm doing the math. I'm like, well, that's 11. I have 7 damage on board. And so I just did a ton of damage. I think I had him at 30 by the end of that turn. And he couldn't find a way to get the last, I think it was 7 damage on mine, just because of the way that had played out. And so that specific play was one of those that's going to stick out to me for a very long time.
Very cool. And then also, any post-force throw ban predictions or thoughts?
Yeah, this might shock you based on the other answers given so far, but I think Han is going to come back and be at least popular, if not everywhere. Han 1, that is. The force throw card itself was keeping Han out a lot. Not that he couldn't win in a force throw era, but it was absolutely harder and uphill by comparison to what I think you'll see this weekend or, going forward. So I think Han will be everywhere. I wouldn't be surprised to see at least some tug of war between aggro and blue-green villains start to show up each given week, but we don't have that many weeks of PQs left. But I think those two will even out eventually.
For sure, yeah. I agree. All right. Next, let's talk to Nick. Nick, you brought Mother Talzin, right? Mother Talzin?
Yeah, Mother Talzin.
Wonderful. What made you decide to take this deck?
Well, we play tested a lot before Galactics, and after I played it a good bit. Kind of got off of it for a little bit. Started messing around with the Kylo Tarkin Town. Played it in the past PQ. Didn't have like the results I wanted. So we saw our other teammate Matt do really well with it. So I was like, I know this deck well. I just might as well go back to it and give it a shot at the last Force Throw weekend. So
Yeah.
little mixture of all that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I was. Man, yeah, I'm upset I didn't get to play enough Talzin with Force Throw either. So, but I was really enjoying Anakin, so I had to just stay true with Anakin for a bit.
It's fun.
Yeah. Any favorite moments or anything wild or cool happen over the weekend?
Yeah, it's probably my favorite card. It's the Sun. Like I was kind of down on it always before, but like I always put it in because in theory it's great. And I finally got to use it a lot this weekend. Like played a lot of Palp Yellows, played 2 or 3, and
Oh my
it won
gosh.
me. Yeah, but like it won me. I think it won me at least 3 games out of the 5 I played of it or whatever. And it's just crazy how much of an impact you play it. Like there's one turn he already had a Vader out and his Palpatine leader out. I was pretty close. Like he had a lot of damage on my base, and I was able just to play the Sun down, and he just couldn't stop all the damage. Cause I had like 4 little dinky units out. They weren't dinky anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So it was pretty cool.
Yeah, the Sun just like flips a board sometimes. Like you think you're okay, and then someone plays the Sun, and then you're like, wait a second, I am not okay.
It's like, uh-oh.
Yeah, cool. Any thoughts or predictions for the post Force Throw meta?
I mean, same as everyone. Like, I mean, even I'm on the Han 1 train right now. I think Han 2, obviously. I think Control is gonna start pick up after a few weeks, probably about the Portland time. I think we'll see a few Control decks, some Kira's, Kylo Data, all those things coming back. Probably a little more Sabines too. So, kind of think Sabine's always good in an unclear meta. So I'm gonna say Sabine's heavy, then into a more Control-y type meta.
Yeah. I hope Sabine comes back because I'm playing 3 shirts with the Force in my main deck now. So
yeah, there we go.
Yeah, come on, Sabine. Cool. Thank you. All right, and then next, let's get Austin. Austin, you were on Boba Data Vault. Boba 4 Data Vault. What made you decide to? And you were the finalist. You went up against Ian on Emperor Palpatine in the finals. What made you decide to bring this deck this weekend?
So I have traditionally, in every planetary qualifier I've ever participated in, I've landed right in the middle. And me and my playtesting group got together and were like, why is this happening? And one guy finally pointed, he's like, Austin, you're playing bad decks, dude. Like, you are continually bringing rogue decks to very high level tournaments. And I'm like, you're right. So I did some playtesting with what I thought were the top 3 top meta decks, being Boba Data Vault, Quinlan Tarkin Town, and Han 2 Blue. And I found in my playtesting that the Boba Data Vault fit my play style and was really consistent against a lot of the matchups in the format. And so I just decided to finally bring a serious deck.
Very cool. Yeah, I'm glad you were able to perform so well with it. Any favorite moments over the weekend? Any cool plays? Anything happen that you'll be remembering for a bit on this deck?
That weekend was incredible. It was so fun. But I feel bad. I have to pick on Curtis again. But we're gonna highlight Curtis first, and then I'll tell what happened. So, Curtis was my only loss during the Swiss rounds, and when I say loss, I mean like thrashing loss. He just slapped me around 2-0. Didn't even get a chance. And so when it was announced that I made top 8. I was so excited, and all I could think was, "Please round one, not Curtis. Please round one, not Curtis." And Curtis is like, "Oh, that's already been posted. It's me and you." And I was like, "Dang it!" And I was feeling pretty shaky about that. But poor Curtis here. I drew my first hand in game one, and it was open fire, and overwhelming barrage. And I was like, "Okay, I think I can do this." And I open fired, and I open fired, and I overwhelming barraged, and I took that first game. And then I drew my hand in game two, and it was open fire, open fire, open fire. And so I kept Curtis off of his Millennium Falcons, his birds as he called them, and it was sad but also awesome. I'm so sorry.
That's amazing. Wow. Yeah. Very.
Not to
That's
interrupt. I just like that everyone's favorite moment is beating me. Like, I appreciate it, all of
That's a
you.
testament to you being a fantastic player,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, my second favorite moment from the weekend was Austin beating me. So it's a similar kind of thing. All right, Austin. Any thoughts or predictions for what's going to happen to the meta now that Force Throw's banned?
Yeah, I think we've heard it from everybody, and I'll just add just the exact same thoughts. I've got 4 written down here. I think Boba Data Vault, obviously, I've got kind of a bias towards the deck, but I do think that Force Throw being gone helps it a bit. The blue-green villain decks, I've got my eye on, particular Kira. Vader Yellow, and then Han 1 are the things that are on my radar.
For sure. Cool. That makes sense. All right. So, Ian, are you available, Ian? See you sneaking.
Yeah, I got the round one bye.
Oh, wow. Perfect. Perfect. All right. Next, we have the winner of the event, Ian, on Emperor Palpatine Cunning Base. Ian, why did you bring this deck?
Mostly because it's the one I had the most reps with, and I just felt like no one was playing Sabine recently, so that means you don't have your worst matchup. So it's a lot easier to take when there's like 3 total Sabines at the event, I think.
For sure. Yeah, and you've played this at the last 2 PQs at least, right?
Yeah, I played it the last set too.
Yeah. Very cool. Did you have any favorite moments, any epic situations happen while you were playing the deck this weekend?
Yeah, one in particular against the Chancellor Palpatine in the top 8. It was like game 2, and I had 1 card left in deck, and I was at like 26 or something, or 27, and I have to like play another Crumb, and then bounce my Crumb, play it, play another Crumb, McClunky my own guy, play Crumb again to like live at exactly 29 because he has no units left. So I draw the second card, take 3, go to 29, and then was able to swing and win that game. And so just like, I don't know if I've McClunkied my own guide before to gain one, but
That's crazy. Yeah. That's amazing.
yeah, so that would be it.
And anything,
There was
any other
really
moments?
tight games.
Yeah, just tight games the whole day.
I think, yeah, against Sharky, I had to flip my leader twice without stealing anything, just to like either attack his leader or attack base.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I like ever do that. Maybe against Boba Data Vault, sometimes you flip just to soak up indirect, but
Yeah.
never really to just go base.
Yeah. That's crazy. Any Ian, do you have any thoughts on the post Force Throw ban?
Obviously, I think Han 1's going to be a lot better. And I think a lot more space decks we'll see too.
Are you still going to be
Yeah,
playing
for
some
sure.
Emperor?
Yeah, I want to try some other things out, but yeah, he was really good against the Force Throw decks. But yeah, also play him. I just love him.
Do you guys have any final thoughts? Anything else you want to say?
Thanks for having us.
Sure.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Thank you.
good
Yeah.
games all around.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a fun tournament.
Yeah. Epic to
really
have
was.
epic to have so many friends and fun familiar faces in the top 8. And
Yeah, it was cool, and it was like everyone I've like played with or at least seen around at these things.
yeah, for sure. All right. Last but not least. Well, actually, technically least. I'm just gonna show you my list that I was playing. I was 11th. This is the list that I got here, and it is 54 cards because I was a psycho, and it turns out the 54 cards potentially bit me in the butt, literally in game 3 of the last round of Swiss, because somehow I had no turn 1 plays and I mulliganed into no turn 1 plays, and I have 14, but I was punished. But it ran fine. It was wonderful. I'll say my memorable stories are, I had the most disgusting game 1 against Vader Pilot in round 5, I believe it was. You couldn't orchestrate a more optimal play against Vader. It was crazy. So I have initiative, and I play Jedi Starfighter turn 1. They just play a mining guild. They don't even have a second ship. Then I, with initiative, obviously just have the Jedi Starfighter kill the mining guild. I don't even have to pump it. And then I think they might have passed into me. Yeah, they passed. No, there's no shot they passed. What did they do? Oh, they might have just tapped Vader just to waste an action. And then I played Marin in the ground, I believe. And then they played a Victor Leader. And then I believe I left the Victor Leader there. Or no, then I pump. That's right. I pump the Jedi Starfighter to kill Victor Leader. And I believe, yeah, the Jedi Starfighter is still alive. And so, and then they play something, and then I play Kiadi-Mundi, draw 2 cards, and then, oh, I think they play Clone Combat Squadron, or was this, I might be mistaken. They might have Eager Escort Fightered instead of Victor Leadered. So either way, my Jedi Starfighters in the discard pile, they killed it. They don't have anything, and then I think they make a token. Yeah, and then on the 5 resource, they play a Clone Combat Squadron, and they have 1 token out there. And on the 5 resource, I just use Force Lightning to kill the Clone Combat Squadron, paying 5 resources, so to do 2 damage. And then on 6 resources, I can't remember, they play a couple ships, and I have Anakin unit in my hand, and so I have a Jedi Starfighter and a Force Lightning in the discard pile. So full power Anakin play to just wipe out the rest of the spaceships and flip my leader. Absolutely crazy. That was hilarious. Not for my opponent, sorry, Legendary Bard. But then the other memorable thing was, we're in the last round. I'm 5-1. Austin is 5-1. He's on Boba Data Vault. He really wants to draw and take the draw, but next to me were Brenner and Skylar, and the only way I could guarantee I was getting with the draw is if Brenner and Skylar both lost their games. And so I just didn't want to take that risk, of course, and I also like playing the game. And I also have a favorable matchup into Boba 4 Data Vault. So I just tell Austin, I'm sorry, I think we got to play this. Game 1, every single one of my cards just lined up better into his, and I got it. It wasn't very close. And then game 2 was fine, like playable, normal, just stuff. Nothing super insane, but just good Anakin things. Eventually we get to the point where where do we get him to? I think he's at 23 on his Data Vault. I have a Luke out. I have a Chirrut out. And I think we're going to 10 resources. I have initiative. I attack with my Luke, put him to 29, and I restore some. He attacks with Fett's Fire Spray with 3 indirect damage, and I put it on my units, I believe. I believe I put 1 on Luke, and I put some on Chirrut. And then he plays a Devastator. and he has the Devastator put all the damage on my base. And after this action, I have 23 damage on my base, on my 28 HP base. My Luke has 1 HP left, and my turret has 3 HP left. I've got 10 resources. Unfortunately, I don't have 2 Cassians in the row, because I could have just smuggled both Cassians and win. But I did have 1, but 1 in a turret attack. Oh, I think the turret attack put him to 29 is what it was. The turret attack put him to 29. And I obviously thought, oh, do I get to claim an attack with Luke? No, so I didn't get to do that. That's not going to kill him, and the Devastator will still kill me. So I attack with turret. I use Rival's Fall to kill the Devastator. And then I used Open Fire to kill the Fire Spray. So there's nothing on Austin's board. I have 23 damage on my base and 2 units. He has initiative, and he draws Planetary Bombardment. With Boba's effect, that's 9 damage. I only have 4 HP on my units total, 1 on Luke, 3 on turret, and I only have 5 damage left on my base. So it's literally exact lethal, and he kills me in game 2. So then we have to go to game 3. And that's where the story is that I told you. In game 3, I had 2 back-to-back no turn 1 play hands. But first, before we go into that, if I would have just, instead of playing open, if I would have just paused for just a second to think of, what do I die to? I would have realized if he top decks a Devastator, he can just put all 5 of the damage on my base and I'm dead. Or it could be Planetary Bombardment. I could have done the math to figure that out. And if I would have done that, I would have also realized I can leave the Fire Spray alive. If the Fire Spray attacks me, I go to 27, and then the indirect damage would just kill my units, or I could put it on my units if I play more units. I have an Itinerant Warrior in my hand, and I had 10 resources. I could have just played the Itinerant Warrior, healed 3 damage off my base, and just had more bodies to soak a Planetary Bombardment. And then also if he just opened the Devastator could have killed my some of my units, but it couldn't have killed the base first. So just a bit unfortunate in that sequencing. So anyways, we go to game 3 and I'm like, it's okay. I have initiative. My deck is favored. It's fine. No turn 1 play into no turn 1 play. Fortunately, Austin only opened up with a Death Star Stormtrooper. I have to claim. I play Cassian, and Cassian kills, I think he resupplies, and then Cassian kills the Death Star Stormtrooper, and then we go into the next round. Austin plays a Dornian gunship, and I just let it kill my Cassian, because my hand is so bad. It's literally so bad, it's crazy. I just play a Ki-Adi-Mundi that does nothing. Just that's the only thing I could do. And then the craziest part here is that Austin actually gave me a chance to come back, because with the initiative, while I'm at 5 resources, he's at 6. He has nothing in play except the Dornian gunship. He flips Boba Fett onto the Dornian gunship to kill my Ki-Adi-Mundi. I have 2 Power of the Dark Sides in my deck. If I would have drawn either of them, I could have came back here. Granted, he still was going to be able to play a 6 resource play this turn too, but I would have been able to play Power of the Dark Side, kill the Dornian gunship, save 8 damage to my base as leader, and that unit would be dead. But I didn't. I had like a bombing run in my hand or something. Like, there's literally nothing to play. Yeah. And so then he hit me. I think he played a Fire Spray as well after that or something. Yeah. And then the next turn, I was like, okay, there's like a way I could get out of here. If I flip Anakin, attack, get the Force, play Itinerant Warrior, heal, then I could like top deck force throw, and then I can force throw my Luke because I bombing runned them before, so there's damage on it. Oh, I would have been able to force through the Luke right then. So I would have been able to heal with Itinerant Warrior and then use force throw to throw Luke at it. But when I flipped Anakin, he overwhelming barrage killed Anakin, and it was over. It was over. There's a chance that if I would have just played Itinerant Warrior and then tried to force throw him, that he wouldn't have played overwhelming barrage, and then it would have been able to die. But I still would have had like 2 HP left on my base. It was just unfortunate. So that was my crazy memorable story. With all of that, thank you for spending some time with me. You can leave a like if you want, if you liked the video, that is, you know. And thanks to everybody who volunteered to be a part of this interview. And I guess my prediction for the post force throw ban meta is blue-green decks. I think there's going to be a lot of blue-green decks, heroism or villainy. Of course, we know the Han ones are going to start existing again, and I think that is fine. I'm excited to play. I'm going to be playing some Avar Blue. I'm going to be bringing out a little bit of a meme deck with a Trench Data Vault Enoch variant, and I might even play some Qui-Gon Blue. Oh, I also have Thrawn 4 Yellow that I plan on playing. I'm pretty excited. Lots of fun stuff. Let me know what you're excited to play, and I'll see you in the next video.